Hello everybody and welcome to our next edition of the Over Under Show. Today we have guests Alex from Boom Betting Agency and Stuart from Talking Tipsters. Now before we start, I'd like both of you to introduce yourself. I'm going to start with you, Alex. You're from Boom Betting Agency. Tell us more please about that.
Not a lot much to say about Boom Betting Agency and myself. We are simple, giving free tips to our friends and punters that are betting most of all on the important championships from Europe. I'm talking about Spain, England, Italy, and Germany also. And for other sports like tennis, we are specialized also in tennis. We are giving tips from tennis, but it's not important right now. Right now is to give the best way possible to play the Premier League over for our friends from CBR.
Fantastic, and you did really well this week with your Champions League picks. Congratulations with those.
Thank you. We have also 4-0 on the last weekend with the Premier League, and also this week with the Champions League we did really good. We are expecting other tips to come in also for this weekend. We filmed about 6 of those with CBR and from the best championships, and we are expecting winners also this week. Maybe not 6-0, but 5-1 at least.
Wonderful. Stuart, please introduce yourself to our audience here.
Hi, I'm Stuart, and I'm here representing Talking Tipsters. Now, whereas our good friend Alex here, he provides tips, I'm actually somebody who reviews tipsters. So I actually look to find the very best tipsters around and do a long, in-depth review. And it is long and it is in-depth. And it normally takes me a few days to go through a tipster. So if you read one, you should read the others as well.
Wonderful. And you as well provided winning tips for us this week on the Champions League matches. So thank you for those as well.
No problem.
Now, okay, before we start, we're going to quickly run through the results from last week. Stuart, do you have those to hand?
I do. Do we just want to go through the top 2 and then ignore the bottom 2? Is that what we're going to
well, we are absent one guest here.
We are absent. We're down one person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go from the top box. I mean, we have to congratulate Alex because he did extremely well last week. In what I thought was a particularly tough week, he actually got 6 right. So he did very, very well, I think. Right. He had a crown on earlier. Has it come back? Then Natalie, I think you did pretty well as well. I'd say it was a very tough week. You got 4 right. So in a tough week, I think that does pretty good. Unfortunately, after that, things get a little bit worse. I only managed to get 3, and Lee only managed to get 2. So it was a bad week. And
yeah, it was a very tough week. There was a lot of upsets. So we can only go onwards and upwards from here.
Certainly in my case.
maybe Lee was playing at 0. At 0 from 10 you win.
He's going to get 0 this week, so.
All right, let's start. We're going to start obviously with Saturday's matches. Burnley versus Southampton. We're going to start with this last week's winner, Alex. What are you going for?
Go for an under, and I will say to you why. Because I don't expect Burnley to score in this match, and I see Southampton winning, but not more than 2 goals difference. I expect a 2-0 win. They stayed really good. They played really good over Arsenal and Manchester United, but they managed to lose, even though they had better possession, better in all the fields. Also with Manchester United, they had 12 attempts on the goal, only 3 United, but they were only unlucky from my point of view in that game. So I expect an under with Southampton to win. Okay, so you're going for the under. Stuart, what are you going for?
Yeah, I think Alex is right. I think an under with Southampton to win's pretty good selection. The stats certainly indicate that this one's going to go under. 62% of Burnley's home games this season have gone under 2.5 goals, and 71% of Southampton's away games have gone under 2.5 goals. So yeah, I can certainly see it going under, and I like the way that Southampton are playing football this year, and I think they've got a good chance of picking up the points in this one.
Okay, well, yeah, Southampton do come from 3 consecutive losses. I think they're going to bounce back. I can actually see Burnley scoring, though. I agree with the 2 goals for Southampton. I can see Burnley scoring. They've scored in their last 5 home matches. Burnley have managed to get a goal in. So I'm actually going to go for the over 2.5 goals because I can see Burnley scoring as well. Looking at the odds, though, the under is the bookie's favourite here. The under is priced 1.72, and the over is priced 2.07. So I'm going to go against the bookies, and you guys are going with the bookies on that one. Next, we have Chelsea versus Hull. And Stuart, we're going to start with you. What are you going for here? Over or under 2.5 goals?
I'm going to go over for this one. Chelsea may have played a midweek game, but they didn't exactly field the first team 11. Now, we had some rotated players in there. I think they're going to bring back their big guns for this one. I think after losing last weekend, they're going to want to impose themselves in this one. I can see them probably picking up a 3-0 win. So I'm going over.
You're going over. Alex, do you agree?
I totally agree with Stuart in this one. I'm expecting Chelsea to take control of this match from the moment they will enter in the field and win comfortably, even though Diego Costa is not in the same shape as he started this season, but players Drogba or Loic Remy can do the difference, and we know the middle that Chelsea has with Hazard or other players that can do a difference in any game. I think that Mourinho knows how important is this win for him, because other teams are getting closer to them, and I think that they will dominate and win with a margin of goals 3-0. I think that is the final time.
Okay, so Alex is going for the over 2.5 goals as well. I'm going for the over 2.5 goals. I agree. Chelsea at home, huge scoring power. Hull City aren't going to be able to put up too much of a defence, I think. So I'm going to go for the over as well on that one. And the over is, again, the bookie's choice, 1.61 there at those odds. The under is 2.25. It's a bet by itself. The over 2.5, 1.61. Would it be worth the play?
I didn't understand the question.
The over 2.5 goals there, which is priced 1.61, would either of you play that bet at that price, or is it too lower odds there?
Me personally, you know that I'm not playing odds under 1.7, but I will combine this odd with the over 2.5 goals with an odd to give me 2 and to play a reasonable amount of money.
All right, Stu, would you play the bet?
I think, seeing as all of us have gone for the over, I think it's probably reasonable. I think we probably expect to see something around 1.55. So at 1.62, you're picking up a little bit of value.
All right then. Okay, next we move to Crystal Palace versus Stoke City. Stuart, what are you going for?
Well, the stats seem to indicate this one's going to go over 2.5 goals, but there isn't a lot in it. Palace played out a 0-0 draw against Spurs last week. They'll find Stoke's pretty much a different contest. Stoke scored with their first shot last week. I doubt they'll be able to do that again. Bojan's looking a really, really good player. He's looking like the kind of player that Barcelona expected him to be. Palace do have a few tricky players of their own, so I'm actually going to go for the over in this one. I think this one could go over 2.5 goals. We could see a good game.
Ooh, the over, okay. Alex, what are you going for?
I don't think that too many people were expecting Stoke to dominate the first half against Arsenal last weekend. I think that it will not be the same game. I think that Crystal Palace will come to defend better than Arsenal. You know that Arsenal doesn't know how to defend, and they went in the game with Stoke to attack and to win. But Crystal Palace is a different story. I think it will be under 2.5 goals in the game. Maybe Stoke will win, but not at a big difference of score. I think under 2.5 is a very good bet.
Okay, so I was going with the under. I'm going with the under 2.5 as well. Stoke picked up 3 goals playing Arsenal. Crystal Palace have only scored twice in their last 5 matches, so I don't think we're going to see a goal from Crystal Palace. I think we're going to see some scoring action from Stoke. So how many can they score? I can't see them scoring any more than 2 goals right now. So I'm going to go for the under 2.5 in that one as well. Okay, next we've got Leicester versus Manchester City. Alex, what are you going for?
Not a lot to say for this match. Manchester City is coming with a great moral after winning in Champions League over Rome and qualifying the knockout phases in Champions League. I think I said victory, but I see also goal scored by Leicester. So in this way, I will play the over 2.5 goals.
Okay, you can see. Interesting, actually, you say you can see goals from Leicester. I previewed this match with Lee Phelps, and one of his predictions was Leicester to score over 1.5 goals. I'm not sure that would be a bet that I would back. I can see them scoring. What do you think, Stuart?
I don't think that's a bet I'd be taking. I haven't seen a lot from Leicester recently. I mean, they've put in some good performances. They just haven't had any luck, or they haven't really got the kind of result that their performance has done. They've put in the effort, they've put in the hard yards, but they've got nothing for it. I think they're going to see the same again. I think we're going to see him put a lot of effort in, and I think we're going to see some defensive mistakes at the back. They've got Paul Konchesky, who's going to be missing through suspension. They don't have another left back ready to play in that position at the moment. And I can see Manchester City getting a few goals in this one, relaxing a bit after the Champions League game, which was the big game this week. And even probably with a couple of players rotated, I can see Manchester City winning this one comfortably. So I'm going for over 2.5 again.
All right, you're going for over. Yeah, I was quite shocked actually when he said. I did tell him, I was like, it's not a bet I'd be playing. But I can see them scoring. I can see Leicester scoring. They're at home. I can see them scoring a goal. I can see a couple of goals from Manchester City. I'm going for the over as well. The over is the bookies bet here. The over is priced 1.5. That's pretty low there to take that as a single bet. And the under is priced 2.5. That's very nice there. But the over there, 1.5.
Sorry, one thing here. Let's not forget that Manchester City is missing some key players in the defense, like Vincent Kompany that will not play in this one. His coach said that he thinks that he will not introduce him in the first 11. So I think that Leicester has the chance to score at least a goal. Who knows? Manchester City will score 3-0 in the first half, and they will relax in the second half, and the Leicester will score at least 1 goal. So my bet is the over 2.5. I didn't say that Leicester will definitely score, but it might be a possibility.
All right, thanks for clarifying that. So you're going for the over, I'm going for the over, and Stuart's going for the over. We're all going for the over there. Okay, Sunderland versus West Ham. Alex, what are you going for?
I'm going for an under draw 0-0-1-1 here. I don't know what to say about this match. Sunderland had a few tough fixtures and recorded 2 impressive draws against the likes of Chelsea and Liverpool. I think that they are defending really good. They have a very good goalkeeper. Again, I say that he's Romanian, and I think that he will keep the net without a goal in this one. I see under 2.5 goals in this one.
Yeah, the under 2.5. Stuart, do you agree, or you got something else to say?
I don't share Alex's confidence in the Sunderland defence. I don't think it's particularly good at all. And then you've got them going up against Hammer's, West Ham. They're a very good side at the moment, and they're playing some very good football. I think West Ham are going to take the chances that they get in this one. I think they can score a few goals. They won this game last year. I think they're going to do it again. I think this one could be a 3 or 4-0. So I'm thinking over 2.5 for me.
Ooh, okay, I'm going for the under 2.5 goals. Can't see Sunderland scoring. They've scored 2 goals in the last 5 matches. West Ham, I could see them scoring a few goals. I can't see them scoring any more than 2 goals. I think it could either end in a 2-0 or a 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if Sunderland didn't find the back of the net. Unfortunately, we do have to choose one or the other. Personally, I would avoid the bet. We have to choose, so I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals. And the under 2.5 goals is has the lower odds of 1.8, and the over is priced 2. But it's not much. It's not much in between them there. All right, next one: West Brom versus Aston Villa. Stuart, what do you think?
Black Country Derby. Never going to be an easy one to predict, this one. Certainly when you look at the 2 sides, they're not particularly outstanding sides. Aston Villa, they've had a bit of a struggle this season, but they seem to have come through it. They seem to have got a little bit of their form back, and their win against Leicester was, I'd say, it's just about deserved last weekend. I'm going to go for under 2.5 goals. I don't see either side being particularly good in attack, but this one could go either way because of the derby element.
Okay, so you're going for the under. Alex, what's your thoughts here?
Exactly, I am keeping the last words that Stuart says. Is a derby. The last 3 matches ended with 4 goals and more, also 7 goals in the last one. 4-3 victory for Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I think that is a better side this year than West Brom. Aston Villa is coming after two games that they won against Leicester and also Crystal Palace, and after that they draw 3 games. But I see also West Brom scoring and Aston Villa to win at least 2-1 in this match. I'm going for the over.
Okay, I'm going for the under 2.5 goals. I think both teams are struggling right now. Obviously, West Brom more so. And I think both teams are finding it hard to find the back of the net. I know it's a derby, and I know sometimes the rules change a little bit, and the stats are a little, should be sort of seen so much, but I'm going to go for my gut. I'm going to go for the under, and I think I'm also swayed as well that the bookies have really priced this one low. The under's priced 6.1, the over's priced 2.2. So I think that was like my final, the final thing that made me choose the under 2.5 goals here. Next we have a final of Saturday's matches, which is the one I'm kind of looking forward to here. Arsenal versus Newcastle. I think it's going to be a very good game. Alex, what are your thoughts here?
I'm going for the over 2.5 goals in this one. I think that Arsenal started to score goals. They found their quality in the attack, and the last representation of Galatasaray in Champions League made me realize that they have players that in the attack that the coach should put them more in the first 11, like Podolski. For example, they did a very good game, and I see the over 2.5 with Arsenal to win with minus 1.5 handicap. With Newcastle scoring also, but Arsenal winning this one without any questions.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Stuart, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Alex got a point. The thing about Arsenal is they've got the ability to go and take a game on. They've got the ability to beat most of the sides in the league, but they don't have that toughness. They don't have that strength that you really require to be a total winning side. And you look back at the last time that Arsenal did win the league, they had that. They had that in droves. There was a real sense of steel going through their side. They just don't have that anymore. And you look at the Newcastle side, and I think they have got that. I think they've got a bit more about than Arsenal. So I think it's going to be a pretty good game, as you said. I'm going to go at over 2.5 goals, and I think Newcastle are really going to push them on this one.
I agree. I think Newcastle are definitely going to be a tough opponent there for Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal have the added advantage of playing at home. I can see goals. I can see both teams scoring. Like the combination of both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. And that's the bookie's choice here. Over is priced 1.7. That's the favourite bet here. And the under is priced 2.1. Right, that brings us to Sunday's matches, and the next match actually I'm really looking forward to, Manchester United versus Liverpool. Great game here. Stuart, what are you going for?
This one's tough. I think it's one of those classic encounters. A lot of people talk about Manchester United Liverpool games of the past, and we've seen some really fantastic matches. But then you listen to Gary Neville, and he says it could be like the Red Lion against the Dog and Duck, and it really could be that kind of pub game. This one could go either way. I think simply because Liverpool, they're not too great at the back. Manchester United, they're a very good attacking side, but they're pretty poor at the back as well. I think this one's going to go over. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game, but I think we're going to see a lot of high-quality football on show.
Well, Manchester United are now up in 3rd place. Things seem to be turning around for them. They're a different team than they were in the beginning of the season. Manchester United at home, I think this is going to be a great game. Alex, over or under 2.5 goals?
For both sides. Also, Stuart said that Liverpool they are coming with their moral very down after they didn't qualify for the knockout phase in Champions League. They had the power to do it. They didn't do it. I see only 2-3 players playing in that team more than medium. They don't give everything that they are paid for. I don't think that Manchester United will have any problem with Liverpool in this, even if it's a derby. I think that Manchester United is on a big horses. They won 5 or 6 in a row. I don't remember correct. They are, as you said, in 4th place, but they are concentrating more on the championship, on the Premier League. And Liverpool had the hard games on Champions League. I think that Manchester will win. I don't know if Liverpool will score. This is where I'm going. If Manchester United they will win, they will not score more than 2 goals. But I don't know now if Liverpool will score or not. But let me be also with you guys with the over 2.5, not to predict the under.
Okay, so you're going for the over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, over 2.5 goals with Van Persie in a great shape, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, well, do you know, actually, I've got Robin van Persie to be anytime goal scorer, and I think that was odds of about 2.5 or something like that last time I looked. He is in great form. I can see a goal from him in this match. I'm going for the over. I think you have to bet over in this match. Over is priced 1.75. The under is priced 2.05 there. A great game. Very much looking forward to that one. Final of Sunday's matches is Swansea versus Tottenham. Stuart, I know I'm going to say I'm going to go for Alex this time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, to tell you the truth.
Alex, what are you going for?
If I'm looking for the last week matches, I predicted wrong Tottenham, and I predicted, let me tell to you, I don't remember what I predicted to Swansea. I predicted good the Swansea, over 2.5. I didn't expect it, Tottenham to play so bad last week, but this week I think that they will come to win this game at Swansea. I think that Swansea has the first chance, but it will be a very interesting match. Tottenham will not come to lose this one, and I think that Harry Kane and Wilfried Bony will score, and I think the over 2.5 for this one.
Okay, you're going for the over. Stuart, what are your thoughts on this match?
I'm with Alex on the over 2.5. I'm not quite as confident about Spurs winning. They're playing pretty disjointed football at the moment, and I think there's a lot of work to do on the training field. And unfortunately, they just don't have the time. They've been in a Europa League match tonight, which they've lost. They've had their game delayed 2 times. And there's big problems at Spurs, I think, and it's the kind of thing that you need to give a lot of time to, you need to give a lot of coaching to, and I don't see Spurs really doing too much this season. If they get in a Europa League spot again, I think that'll be very, very good for them, but I can see them losing this one. So, maybe a 2-1 win for Swansea. So, yeah, over 2.5, but yeah, I'm not particularly confident on the which way the scoreline's going to go.
Okay.
I didn't say that, sorry.
Go on,
I didn't say that Tottenham will win. I said that Swansea has the first chance, but Tottenham will not come to lose this one.
Will not come to lose. I don't think they all come to lose today, but but yes, okay. I'm gonna go for the under 2.5 goals. I can actually see like a 1-1 draw. Tottenham obviously have the travel. They play today at Besiktas. They lost 1-0, so they'll be fatigued. Swansea have the home advantage. They're a tough team at home. They've what have I written here? 5 goals over 8 games. They've let in, and Tottenham are struggling to find the back of the net on the road. 9 so far on the road. I think combine that with fatigue, I think we're going to see a 1-1 draw. I'm going for the under 2.5 goals on that one. The under is priced 1.85. The over is priced 1.95. So very close there. I think pointing it could go either way. Now that brings us to Monday's match, Everton versus QPR. I've written don't know at the moment because I've got an idea. It's a 2, so I'm going to listen to you guys and I'm going to make my decision. And then I'm going to start with Stuart on this one.
Well, I think this one could be slightly influenced by the result in the game that's being played right now. Everton are playing right this moment in the Europa League. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's kicked off later than the Spurs game, so I had to turn it off to join in this. They've played a lot of rotated players. They've got some young players in there. They've also already lost Christian Atsu to injury in that one. So I'm expecting there to be a few goals. Everton leak a few goals. They're looking less and less solid defensively as the seasons go on. And QPR, they're statistically the worst away side in the league, and they've leaked more than their fair share of goals this season. We've actually just done a video of this for SBR, so you might want to link to that later on. I don't know, but I expected some goals in that one. I'm still expecting some, so I'm going for over 2.5.
Okay, you're going for the over 2.5 goals. Alex from Boom Betting Agency, what are you going for?
Okay, first of all, let me say to you that Everton versus Krasnodar is half-time, and Everton is losing 1-0 at the moment. I'm thinking that Goodison Park is a very tough stadium for whatever team in Premier League, and I think that QPR will come in this one without. And they will come to defend. I don't think that they are expecting the 3 points, even though they have to start to win some points from the outside games. But I'm seeing 1-0, 2-0 maximum for Everton. I'm going for the under 2.5 goals.
Okay, under 2.5. I'm going for the under 2.5. You're right. QPR have the worst record on the road. They've only scored 2 so far this season, which is pretty poor. Everton average 2 at home on their goals. So the stats say under, but the bookies say over, and that's why I was like, I'm going to stick with the stats. I'm going to go for the under 2.5 goals. The under is priced 2.05, and the over is priced 1.75. So there you have it. That I think wraps things up here. I'm going to quickly run through. Thank you. I'm going to quickly run through to check that we've got them all here. So there is no cheating.
Who would cheat? Who would cheat? Come on.
I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to start. Burnley versus Southampton. Alex under, Stuart under, Natalie over. Chelsea versus Hull City. Alex over, Stuart over, Natalie over. Crystal Palace versus Stoke City. Alex under, Stuart over, Natalie under. Leicester versus Manchester City. Alex over, Stuart over, Natalie over. Sunderland versus West Ham. Alex under, Stuart over, Natalie under. West Brom versus Aston Villa. Alex over, Stuart under, Natalie under. Arsenal versus Newcastle. Alex over, Stuart over, Natalie over. Sunday's matches: Manchester United versus Liverpool. We all went over. Swansea versus Tottenham. Alex over, Stuart over, me under. Everton versus QPR Monday's match. Alex under, Stuart over, Natalie under.
Interesting.
Sound about right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming on.
I went for over in the QPR game, in the Everton QPR. Yeah, you can check the video back later, but I definitely said
I've done it.
You said under just now.
Over. Everton versus QPR, Stuart over.
Right, that's good. That's what I went for.
Only one thing that I'm not sure. That one with United versus Liverpool is kind of strange. Even though we went all over, it might be under. You know, guys. You know, everything is possible in England.
So what are you going for?
You
can change it now. You have like.
No. I'm not changing. I'm going with my first feeling. I never go back from my first feeling.
Okay. All right then, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we'll see you next week for our next show.
Thank you also, Natalie.